So the final kit for July is the White Rose kit. Now this comes in a beautiful kind of really versatile size 12 centimetre scallop pot and saucer. We did these last year and they sold so well that we ended up doing them for 2 months in a row. So I've brought a little one back for this year. They really are beautiful, just the most lovely sort of garden sort of variety of rose. So really kind of ruffled, lots of layers of petals. They don't smell, no, but sometimes that's a good thing if you're not kind of into like scented plants. But they are a beautiful kind of shade of sort of just off-white, and yeah, look lovely in the home. So you can keep these outdoors and indoors. So my thoughts on this kit are, you have it indoors, you enjoy it indoors, and then probably you'll get about 3 weeks out of it indoors before it starts to kind of look a bit tired, a bit like it needs to go outside. So at that point, my advice would be to leave it in its pot, pop it out in the garden, see how you go, and then if as sort of the season starts to end, so the summer's over, pop it in your garden, pop it in the soil, and it will come back next year, and then you'll have white roses in your garden. So it's a bit of a kind of kit that keeps on giving. I love kits that, you know, you can enjoy them when you buy them and pop them up and enjoy them there, and then you can also enjoy them the following season. So I've also left the yellow leaves on the plant so I can show you how to take them off. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, but yellowing leaves on a rose are normal. It's purely just when either they've exhausted the sort of compost nutrients in their original pot, or they're just not getting enough sunlight around the base of the plant. So that's normal. So you simply just take them off. You just pull them off, and then the plant looks lovely and healthy again. So that's just a bit of kind of rose housekeeping. Okay, so let's pop this lovely one up. So in your kits, you will have gravel, compost, and 2 different types of moss. So I'm just going to pop in the gravel. So just pop in all the gravel that's in the brown paper bags in your kit. And then I'm going to add in about a handful of compost. Now the compost will have lots of sort of lovely horticultural grit, lots of goodness in there. And then just check to see if it sits right. I'm going to put it at that angle so you can see those lovely buds at the front. Okay, and then just gently, after giving it a good water, gently take it out of its pot and then place it back inside the pot. And then, oh, there's a spider there, no? It's just a wood house, it's fine. And then I'm just going to add in the compost around the sort of sides of the plant. Always make a mess, always. Sorry. I'll move that compost in a minute. And then just gently sort of compress that compost down. And then if you feel you need any more, just add in some more around the sides. Okay, so now we can pop in, I'm just going to move that, we can pop in our moss. So you've got your flat moss, which is this sort of woodlandy style feeling of moss, and then you've got your bun moss, which is the sort of chunky one. You can use both or none at all if you don't want to use it. I'm just taking off the root structure off the back of that bun moss, just so it sits a little bit more flush in the pot. And I'm going to add some flat moss in, just to sit on top of the compost. In the flat moss there'll be twigs and lots of kind of like woodland feel things in there. Just makes it feel very nice, sort of natural. A bit more bun moss around this side. And that's about it. So that is all potted up. It's so easy. In terms of looking after your rose, they like lots of sunlight. So I wouldn't place them somewhere on a south-facing windowsill, for example, because they might get scorched, and you'll find that the petals go really sort of kind of limp and floppy. So I would go for, if you're a south-facing room, I'd go for sort of a slightly away from the window, so more of an indirect sunlight. But if not, just pop it on a windowsill or on a table or on a breakfast table, on an island. Keep the soil damp at all times so they don't like to dry out. It's not like the other kits that I've just been talking about, whereby they are more kind of a drench and then leave, and drench and leave. This is more of a kind of little, often, keep the soil damp, keep it in a brightish spot. The other thing is that you'll find that the flowers do go over. That's normal. What you need to do is cut the sort of, so if this rose was looking a bit tired, a bit brown, a bit sort of floppy, I'd cut it either with secateurs or sharp scissors near the base, being careful not to kind of cut any new kind of buds that are coming up. Cut it near the base, and what you'll find is that the plant will then sort of put its energy into releasing, into sort of blooming with the buds here. So you sort of dead head, spent flowers, and then the energy goes into sort of new buds that are sort of probably right down at the base of the plant, and also the sort of existing buds for them to flower. And that's about it. It's very easy. So yeah, enjoy it in the home. When it's looking tired, pop it in the garden, and then you can enjoy it next year. So that is your white rose kit.